Okay, guys. So talking about Excel. So what we are going to learn here today would be a slight overview of Excel. Okay. Just okay. So today we will cover. We will have an overview. So in the overview, what we are going to cover is we will include interface. Okay, interface of Excel. Hope you guys, most of you might already know it. And what is the ribbon in Excel? And what's a worksheet? Um, and what is a cell? Like that. Okay, so that will be the overview and how to enter and edit data. Then basic formatting. So basic formatting such as um, size, color of fonts, uh, borders, like that. Then we will also get you introduced into, we will also learn about some of the basic functions. Okay, basic Excel functions. So Excel functions, you can also call it as Excel formulas. Okay, some people call it formulas. So actually the appropriate word to use is functions. So in the basic functions, we will just cover about some of the mathematical operators and you know data types used, um, math math functions, uh, text functions, then data types, like that. So this is going to be your agenda today. So in between, I will be giving you opportunity to ask for doubts. Uh, so you guys can take that opportunity and ask for any doubts regarding what I'm explaining. So going back to the introduction of Excel. So you guys know that data science is a rapidly growing field. Okay, that requires the ability to handle, analyze, and visualize large amount of data. Okay, so to help us with these tasks, we have a powerful tool which is called as Microsoft Excel. Okay, so Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet software. Okay, that is widely used for data analysis and management. But you guys might be asking, like, everybody knew about Excel since a long time, but why are we using it in data analysis or data science? Actually, Excel is a quite powerful tool. Okay, so it can be used for a limited amount of data, but when it comes to very large data, like you know, the amount of data started increasing so much. Mm, like nowadays, every minute, most of the IoTs are collecting the data every minute, and that's going to be in uh, millions of bytes. And this is not going to be like, it will be millions and billions of rows, so it cannot be executed inside MS Excel. So when I started my career in this field, actually I started working with Excel only, and I used to do most of my analysis. I was capable of doing this in Excel, but nowadays things have changed. Most of the companies are having big data only, and they need these cloud services to compute it. Also, so for the limited amount of operations, we can use Excel, but when it comes to larger data, you have to use more sophisticated tools. Okay. So Excel is widely used among data analysts and scientists. Okay. So it has its limitations, and Excel is very popular choice among many professionals, like not only data analysts and data scientists. After getting to know how to use Excel properly, you can use softwares like um, let me tell you, like there are other softwares that supports. Okay, so one is Excel is going to be the holy grail. Okay, and if you study Excel, then you can use Google Sheets. Google Sheets is very, very powerful, like very, very convenient to use than Excel for most of the cases for a small usage. Okay, for example, in a small office, if you want to work with your team and if you would like to enter the data simultaneously together, then Google Sheets is going to help you in a better way. You don't need additional subscription. If you want to use Excel with your team, then you need Microsoft 365 subscription. Okay, which is actually if you are using it for personal usage, then that's not viable option. But Google Sheets offers that. And also there is a thing called as Google Finance. Okay, so if you are a trader, and if you would like to keep a track of all your trades in a day, like if you are working, you did several trades in a single day, and you know that or trades, or you can say that you are a swing trader. Okay, so swing traders are like, you might um, keep and hold the stock for a few days or weeks. Okay, so Zerodha, like the brokers like Zerodha, all the other upstocks, or all the other brokers, they will allow free intraday trading, but for um, other long-term deposits, you will have to pay a brokerage. So you have to keep a track of how much brokerage as you are paying for each of the stock. Okay, so you can use Google Sheets for this part, and there is a function called as Google Finance, and the Google Finance will help you get the stock data. Okay, if you give the uh, stock ticker over here, and it will give you the live price of whatever stock that is. Okay, so that's another advantage of Google Sheets. And then there is note-taking apps such as Notion, or what is it called as Obsidian. Okay, Obsidian. So these are note-taking apps. So I have, for my case, you can take. I stopped writing on notebooks. Okay, like several years ago. Okay, maybe it's like 4 years ago. I stopped using notebooks completely. I rarely use a notebook. Okay, I just keep one notebook for emergency purposes, and it's not even, I haven't even done halfway through it. So all my notes, everything that I need to write, take a note down, I write it online. Okay, I use Notion mostly. I don't use Obsidian that much. I prefer Notion. So in Notion also, there is a facility called as creating a database. Okay, you can create a database and add tables and columns, and inside that add formulas, all these things. So if you're a master in Excel, then it would be easy for you to handle the Notion databases or any other databases. So keeping a track of things is quite important. Okay, in this busy life, you have to keep a track, because everything is online, and if you want to manage your money properly, you will have to keep a track of things, and writing things down every time doesn't work out. Oh yeah, I got one company over here, Abhay. I think he knows Notion. Notion is just awesome. Okay, I suggest you guys actually start using Notion. Okay, my Notion is already logged in over here, so I'm just not going to open and show. Maybe like you guys can take a look at it. Okay, all my personal notes are actually inside Notion, and also whatever I study, whatever I need to do, everything I keep a track in Notion only. So maybe some other day I'll just create a dummy data and I will show you it in Notion, but not today. Today I was not planning to do it. If you guys are interested, I will definitely show it to you. It's just very powerful. It's awesome. And okay, so um, that's the importance of Excel. Okay, so if you're working with small to medium sized data sets, you can perform even you can perform machine learning, such as regression and statistical test on Excel. Okay, so there is a lot of things that you can do. Okay, Excel actually got introduced in the early 1980s. Okay, that was the first version of Excel that was released. Since then, Excel has evolved and it has added a lot of features to keep up with the changing of the data for the professionals. So in every domain, people use it for different purposes. So So just to open Excel, just double click on Excel and you will get the window open. So the opening window is actually quite different in different operating systems or according to the versions. Okay, but anyway, the the things that you have to do, the steps are going to remain same. So once it is opened, just click on blank workbook, or all the necessary um, you know notes are still there. I mean the recent ones. Okay, I'm just going to open a simple blank notebook. Okay, make it full screen. This is Excel, and let's cover some of the interface. Okay, so to cover the interface, first of all, first thing first. So this part, uh, the whole thing is called as ribbon. Okay, it's called as ribbon, and usually in your Windows, you'd be having a file button over here. Okay, since I'm using a Mac OS, it's not there. Anyway, doesn't make much change. I have, if I just go up, I have a file on the settings panel on my Mac. So that's something different. And here there is a home button. And the ribbon, you can toggle through each ribbon. Okay. Mm, where is it? Okay. If you can go to the insert, draw, page, formulas. There are so many ribbons over here. Eventually, you will be getting to know all these things. What are the functions? Okay, so the home is the basic ones, which will have all the necessary things that you will need to use in order to create a small data and organize it and manipulate it properly. Okay, it's not going to be the advanced one, the basic ones. Okay, the formatting the data, all those things. So, and this part is called as your workspace. Okay, this is your workspace or your worksheet, you can call it sheet. And this is the name of your sheet. Okay, sheet name. If you double click, you can change the name of that sheet. This is add new sheet. And this is like toggle through each of the sheet. Okay, toggle sheet. So if you can take a screenshot of this, or else I will give you another picture. This is kind of messy. And this one, the this part, okay, the whole thing is called as a formula bar. Okay, formula bar. This is the mm, okay, and that's called as the name box. Okay, so the name box, you can add name to tables like that. And these are the name of columns. These are the columns, and these are the rows. And here you have a small box, you can see over here. This is select all. Okay, and then you have the navigation panel over here, which has the zoom. You can increase or decrease your zoom. This is how the page will be viewed. uh, you can change each of the views, okay, over here. So you can take a screenshot of this thing if you want. I'm just going to clear the things up, and I will show what each of these things do. Okay, this is the formula bar. If you just double click over here, you can edit the formula. You start the formula by typing a equal to sign. Okay, it's just, we'll get back to that. And looking over here, so these are the cells. Okay, each of the cells that we have. Um, if you click on the numbers, all the rows are numbered. Okay, they will have numbers, and the columns are going to be with the letters. Okay. If you go to the end, you can see except D, because it will be like after Z, it will be like AA, AB, AC, AD to AZ. And then it will be like BA, BB, BC, like that. So it will go on like that up to this. You can even add more columns after this point. If you just click on this part, it will select the entire, entire worksheet. And if you click on each of these rows, it will select the entire row. And if you select the name of this column, it will select the entire column. Okay. And another trick is that if you press and hold control and then click, it will select multiple things. So these things happens across all the operating system. I mean, across all the operating system and all the softwares. Like if you are in a file explorer, you can press and hold control and click multiple objects. So the same thing goes over here. Okay, it is just about exploring things. Before, when I was in school only, I used to use all these Excel and I used to explore things. I have learned most of the things by exploring. So see, I've selected this sixth row and B column, okay, together. So it's all about exploring, guys. And um, then you can also zoom. So I'll just zoom to 150%. So that's how you zoom. And there are actually few additional things that you can get in your Windows PC. Like, do you guys want me to display a Windows Excel too? Like, if it's required, just say it in the chat. Maybe I can ask someone in the session also to show their screen. Is it required, or are you guys? It's going to be the same one, okay? Just according to the versions, after maybe 1 or 2 years, they are going to change the entire interface. So anyhow, if you just go to Google Sheets also, the interface is going to be a little bit different. Maybe the names are also going to be a little bit different, but the functions, everything that is going to the functionality of Excel is going to remain the same. Okay. Okay. So let's say we have uh, a person. Okay. We have a girl named Diana Prince, and she is working as a secretary. Okay. So she's working as a secretary for a person, for a company, and she has to use Excel in her day-to-day life in order to track the expenditure of the company. Okay. So her manager has asked her to mm, use Excel over there. So what if she doesn't know? If she doesn't know how to track, it would be very difficult for her. So if she knows the basics of how to use Excel, then that's going to help her a lot. So we'll just write here expense tracker, okay, for Diana Prince. Okay. So if I type it over here, I can make it bold by clicking on this bold. Okay. I can increase the size. Maybe I can make it to 20. And also I can increase the width. Okay. I can increase to certain width. And if I just click this, we can move it. I'll put it in the center. This also go with the same. Okay, I'll just keep it like this. And 20, I can even change the font also, but I think this is good enough. Even, if I click the entire row and right click, I can adjust the height, let's keep it 40. Okay, 40 would be appropriate, I guess. And if I click on this row and see, it will color the entire thing. And also I can go over here and make it white. Okay, so it looks much cleaner. And you can start entering the data. Okay, it will be like date, uh, description, price, then bank, or maybe I can just write here category, price, then bank account. Okay, so the date would be, let's put it today's date, and let's enter description. Um, Birthday cake, Rahul. Okay, we cut a cake for Rahul, so that will come under what? Office expense, and the price would be 750. And then the bank account, let's say savings or credit. Yeah, Rahul, happy birthday. So you can see that, okay, there is a small typo over here. Uh, so you can see that this birthday cake, I cannot see it whole, or neither the office expenses. So I can adjust it with using, by pressing the edge of this cell, I can adjust it. Okay. Or else I can also double click on the edge and it will automatically adjust to the best fit. Okay. Or if you are making multiple cells, for a neat track keeping, what you do is just like I clicked over here and did a right click and adjusted to a specific height. You can do the same thing over here as well. You can right click and column width. I can keep adjusted uh, width of like, sorry, 250 is going to be very huge. I was trying to write 25. Yeah, exactly. 25 is going to be perfect. And this also double click, it's fine. And we can also, uh, text wrap is also can be used. Yes, exactly. Harish was saying text wrap. So let me, since he informed it over here, I'm just going to let you know what is text wrap also. So text wrap is something like if it is more, and if you want it to see, it's going to automatically adjust according to the size it will. So the problem, that why I don't like this text wrap is that I mostly use text wrap only for the headers. Okay, and if I just introduce text wrap to the contents, then what it, it's going to mess up with the style of my data. Okay, some rows are going to be thicker and some rows are going to be thinner, so I don't want that, which is why I don't use it for my uh, you know data. Okay, and using uh, as Anton has said it in the chat, he has said Alt OCA. So using Alt commands is a very, very powerful way to use Excel, and that's one way to love Excel. And unfortunately, I don't have Alt keys in my Mac. Okay, so if anyone knows any trick regarding Alt keys for Mac, I had never explored Alt keys for Mac, but you're free to inform me as well. Okay, it would be great for me. When I used to use my Windows system, it was quite effective way to use it. I used to just select the entire table, press Alt H A B D, which will actually Alt H B A, which will actually fills all the rows with the borders. Okay, so you can just go to the internet and search for alt keys and look for the shortcuts. It's a very if you are interested, you can just learn some of the uh, you know easiest alt keys which will actually help you, okay, according to your job. So I used to have shortcuts for several of the like formatting techniques or adding the borders, filtering, everything. I had some alt key shortcuts. Okay, so I'm just going to turn off the wrap text over here and I will just make this column width to be 25. Exactly. Okay, and then I can just highlight this part and click the bold. It will be bold. Mm, okay. So anyway, I'm just going to go and add some more data into it. Okay. So previously, before even starting the class, I had saved some data. So I'm just going to add that into it. Let's not waste time. Okay. Hope you guys can see this. Yeah. So now we have this much data. So if you just select all these things, you can see uh, I have count 14. Okay, there are 14 uh, data over here. 14 rows are there, and the average dates and the sum of all the dates. Okay, whatever it is. If you just click on this amount, you can see the actual sum and then the count and also the average of the amount. So here I can go and select, I can select it with with the help of my mouse, or also I can just press Control A. Okay, it will select the entire. But one thing that you should be having a clear idea is that I can click any row, right click and click insert to insert a row above. Okay, I can do the same thing for the columns as well. And when pressing Control A, see, it will select only up to this point. And if I press Control A again, it will select the entire worksheet. Okay, so there shouldn't be any gap if you want to select the entire table. Okay, I'm just going to delete this and press Control A. It will select my entire table. Okay, you can use your Alt keys, Alt HBA, I guess. Okay, if I'm not wrong. If I am wrong, you can correct me in the chat. Okay, Alt HBA for filling the all the rows with the borders, everything with borders. Okay, I'm going to do the same manually over here, all borders. And see, we have the borders here. And also if I go to view, I can uh, just remove the grid line. See, now it's looking much cleaner. Okay, so like it's looking very nice, right? Yeah. Even you can remove the formula bar, you can remove the headings. So these are called as headings. Okay, I forgot to say. So this is one way to do it, but Excel has a better way. Okay. Uh, did I keep it bold? Okay. Excel has a better way of doing this. Okay. Rather than going through all these steps, what we actually do is there is just one shortcut to make this convert into a table. Okay. I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just going to press the Control Z. Okay. Or to just remove all the formatting. Yeah, let's keep it up to this much. Okay, you don't even have to keep a color over here. I can just remove the color also. Yeah, you can press this eraser button. You can clear everything. It will clear everything. Okay, so I'm not going to clear everything anyway. Clear formats. So that is going to get rid of all the formats here. There are other things like clear contents. The formats will remain over there like that. Okay, I'm going to press Control A and press Control T or Command T in Mac. Okay, or else okay, pressing Control T like this, and it will just ask you where is the data. So since we have already selected the data, uh, it automatically appeared over here, and my table has headers, which means the first one row is going to be the header, right? So since we have already included that, we will click that my table has headers and click OK. See, ta-da. So it just reduced a lot of effort of ours. We just skipped so many steps. You can also, if you're finding this blue color is going to be boring, you can just change the color. Okay, I'm just going to check. There is no red color. I love red. So anyway, we don't have red. Just go with the orange for the time being. There are so many formats over here. Just like this. So anything that you found to be find to be better, you can choose that. And also one of the other advantages that the filtering automatically appeared over here. You didn't have to do anything. Okay, otherwise you will have to just go to insert, not insert, data, and click filter. Okay, otherwise this is the way. So just now if you just make it a table, it will automatically add filters, it will automatically add the formatting, everything. Control Shift L is another way to add filter. Okay, there are so many shortcut guys, and keeping knowing the shortcuts is actually quite important for your future. So always, you can get in touch with me or as well, regarding knowing the shortcuts. I work with the shortcuts a lot, and I suggest everyone to get rid of your mouse. Okay, stop using the mouse and try to rely more on the keyboard. Okay, that will make your things actually work out very, very faster. Okay, start following me on GitHub. I will actually include a lot of practice projects for Python, small projects. I'm planning to add few of the, I'll show it in the end before we conclude the session. Okay, so once this is done, we can just do some sort of analysis. Okay? And the amount is actually, we haven't given any formatting over here. So Excel has different data types. Okay. So if you want to know all the types of data that we have, just click on this general button in the home ribbon. All this, these are the types of data that we have. So you just select all these things and you can go to currency. Okay, in mine, currency is automatically detected as rupees. If you're in your case, if it is actually dollars, what you can do is click on this, go to more number formats. Okay, can you see the more number formats? Please confirm me. Please confirm in the chat. Yes, you can see the small window, right? Yeah, okay, great. So go to the currency section. Decimal places, you reduce it to 0 and click on this rupee, and if it is dollar, you just find the Indian rupee and select Indian rupee and click OK. Yes, control 1 is another shortcut. So I think, a lot of people over here, especially Anton, is very familiar with all the shortcuts. Yeah, that's actually a great thing. Okay, you guys should definitely learn the shortcuts. Okay, shortcuts is the way to go. When I learned something new, okay, when I started learning Notion also, it was meant for people like me. Okay, and the first thing I learned was learning the shortcuts. So it actually helped me taking my note taking very, very efficient. Actually, before that, I was using Evernote, and before that, prior to that, I was using OneNote. I used to love OneNote a lot. Then Evernote had more features, and Notion was like the best of the both sides, and it was a beast. Okay, it is. It can do a lot of things, lot more things than you can imagine. Yeah, you guys can have extra class with Anton for shortcuts. Okay, so if you just right click on the on this bottom panel, okay, this navigation panel also had the status bar. Okay, it's also called as a status bar, and inside this you can select whatever you want to, you can select all these things and it will display the maximum minimum. So if I select this entire set of data, see, the maximum is 25,000, the minimum is 100 rupees, and the sum is 42,000 rupees. Every data is actually you got every data, okay, in a fraction of second. And also, if you want to filter the date, okay, just click this toggle button, and you have all the days that we have ever entered over here. You can sort it according to that. You can sort it like ascending or descending. Mm, and that will happen. And also, if you want to sort it according to the amount, you can just click descending. See, the highest amount is over here, and that is a new laptop. And the cheapest one we have done is the mobile recharge. Yeah, and that was on 7th of February. You can also make it descending. It will be like this. Okay, or you can go to the date and then do the sorting. Okay, so if you filter, if you want to see only, okay, I will go to the category and just unselect all, and I will just select only office expenses, or maybe just I will just check what are the equipments that I bought. Okay, So these were the equipments. Okay. So the equipments upgrades were like there is a new laptop, the table was repaired. Uh, so these are the office equipments. Or then if you want to clear the filter, just click over here and click clear. Okay. For clear filtering also there are shortcuts. Okay. Anton, you can elevate us with the shortcuts for clearing filter. Don't tell me to press Control L 2 times. Ah, no, no. I knew you were going to say Control Shift L 2 times. No, that's not going to work. There is another shortcut actually, Alt AT. Exactly, Amita. Great. I was expecting that one. See, when you use the Alt shortcuts, and see, I cannot show this thing because I'm on a Mac PC. Mm, you can see that there will be an underline. If you just use the shortcuts, all key shortcuts, there will be small blocks of letters written on every menu. Okay, so that means then you press that key in order to go to that side, and maybe if there is a underline, okay, that's not going to happen in this Apple computers, but in Windows computers, if you just use the shortcut keys, you will see that maybe there will be an underline on some of the menu. That means if you press that key, it's going to click that option. That is the meaning. Okay, so that actually helps your workflow very fast. Okay. Anshuman, it is a lazy way to do. Okay. So I didn't say that. I didn't mean that it is not going to work. The thing is that it's the laziest ways to clear the format, clear the filtering. You will be getting this, after since this session is conducted in the LMS, we don't have to upload it. It will be uploaded automatically within 10 minutes. They will take a processing time. It is automated. Okay. So maybe after 10 or 15 minutes, just take a look. After 15 minutes, it's going to be updated. Okay. Other than all these things, you can just add a new sheet over here. Okay. And sheet one, we will name it as expense. Expense. And sheet 2 I will name as summary. Okay, so I can add a summary like um, total expense. Okay, total counts. Okay, and if I have some few sets of data, let's say 65, 32, 2, 21, 1. I have this set of data. If I just highlight all these four, just increase. Okay, if I highlight all these things, I will get I will already get the sum. But if you want to get the sum using a formula, press the equal to sign. Okay, and then write sum. Okay, click on sum or press tab and then select all these. Okay, close the parenthesis and press enter. Here you have your sum. Okay, or else if you can go to insert and where is the formula? See, formulas. 1 second. Okay, here you have your, if you go to the math and trig, you can see sum, everything is present over here. See, okay, you can add the formulas through this tab also. So here, if I go to add the sum, it will be like this, is equal to sum, and then you have to go to the expenses and then select the data like this. Okay, and then here you can see the table one amount. Okay, the amount column is completely selected, and then close it and press enter. But there is another way. If you just press Control A, you can see that there is a table one written over here. I can just change it. Okay, I can just change it to uh, expense and press enter. Okay, I'll just type in Diana. That works, I guess. Yeah, the table name is now changed to Diana. Okay, go to the table section and you just okay, change the table name to whatever you want. So now you can see that if you go to the summary section, see, it has changed. So I'll just try to do it once again. So if you had already changed it before we enter the formula, it would work like this. Sum, press a tab, and we have to select our table. Our table name is Diana. Okay, so type the half of the name and just press tab. Okay, Diana, and then use a square bracket to select the column. So the column would be amount. So type amount and press tab again, close the square bracket and close the parenthesis and press enter. You got the total expenses. And the count also you can get it in the same way. Okay, you can type count, and then the value would be, we have to select the table. The table is Diana, and then in the square bracket you can select any square bracket actually. Okay, I will just take data, not data, date. Okay, date over here, close the square bracket, close the parenthesis and press enter. There are 14 sets of data over here. See, you guys can take a lot of shortcuts. So I hope, you know, the Anton and Akash, Anton and Animesh, all these people are going to motivate you to use the shortcut keys. Okay, you can use a border over here to make it look much better, and you can use something like orange. Oh, okay, sure, Harris. I'm going to repeat it. Okay, so if you go back over here, select the table. Okay, in the ribbon section, just go to, just click table. Okay, and you will see the first thing first over here, which is table name. You can change it over here. Okay, expense. Okay, I can write it like this, expense, and press enter. Now the table name is now changed to expense. Okay, so if I go to summary section and the place where I have used the formula, you can see that it has now changed to expense. Okay, so it is dynamically updated whenever you are. I hope things are clear right now. Is it? Okay. So we have our summary. So you can also use sum and if. Okay. So I want to know uh, from savings how much I spent. Okay. Savings spent. So how do I do that? I can use sum and if. Okay. There is a function called as sumif. So the range would be the same thing. I'll just click expense is my table name, and amount would be the column. Okay, so this is the range, and the criteria would be, what would be the criteria? Okay, so what would be the criteria? So the bank account, I have to give it as either credit or savings. Okay, so expense and bank account, savings. Is it right? Yes, I'm waiting for your chat. Guys, so I think Anton, anyone could help it? So question is, what would be the criteria? Okay, I want the savings spent. It's just a, yes, I want to see how much I spend on the savings here. Criteria should be bank name. Exactly. Yeah, bank account, but how do I write it? So that is going to be, just write some more things over here, savings spent and credit spent. Okay, savings spent and credit spent, I'm just adding it over here. And just a minute, they are all over here. Okay, they are all just, then what else can I get over here? Office expenses. Number of, number office equipment count. Okay, so if I want to copy the same thing, same formatting to the next one, just click this brush, add it over here. Okay, so it's going to look similar. You can just go and select the column from the table. That's not what I am expecting. You can press, if you press Control D, it's going to populate everything. See, if you just press Control D, it would be like this, and then you can edit it. That is also another way to do it. But you can just click this Format Painter and then select and paste. Okay, so this is not the answer that I was expecting here. You can go, definitely you can go over there and click the select all, but try to do it manually. So that is going to be a simple homework. Okay, I'm just going to share this in the chat. So tomorrow we will discuss this and then move forward only. So I'm just going to do the same thing over here. Just click over here, row height, or else I'll just copy this. Okay, click this, Control C, and paste. Okay, so this is going to look much better, and we will have the same zoom level also, 130. Okay, so now it's going to look much better. Okay, and another few of the simple text functions, okay, are like sum is there, average is there. Just so basic Excel functions. So math functions that we use commonly are sum or sumif, count or countif, average or average if. Then what else do we use? So these are the main ones that we use. Then we have text functions. Okay, text functions are concatenate, len, which is length, trim, then left, right. These are the common text functions that we use. Then we use a screen. Your screen is okay. Sorry. Is it clear now? Okay. And then we have the text functions, which are these things. And tomorrow we will be covering all these functions. Okay. So go ahead and try to make a summary for me. Just, you don't have to, like, you can take this as a small assignment and forget about this. Modify this summary in your own ways. Okay. You can make it as beautiful as, you want. Okay. And send a screenshot like, are you guys allowed to send messages in the group? I'm not in the group as of now. Just tell me, like, you guys are. Yeah, it's a small data anyway, but I'll be setting this in the chat. You're not allowed to send a message in the group. Okay, fine. Yeah, I will ask why. What is the reason behind that? Anyway, you guys do this assignment on your own, and tomorrow we will discuss that. Okay, try to make the summary as better as possible, and even, we can add charts as well. So tomorrow what we are going to cover in the class um, is uh, is these things, all the math functions, all the text functions, and then I will also cover conditional formatting. Okay, so conditional formatting, why we use it, and what are the different ways of using conditional formatting. These are all, and I will also cover few of the charts. Okay, few charts. Like, we will try to make this summary sheet a little bit better and try to make it a little bit attractive. And we will try to include some charts as well, so that it's going to look better, and all, we will add filters